Nithyanandam, with the gratitude to my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami, I welcome you to this video today, where I engage anyone who is thinking about the path of Sannyas, the lifestyle of Sannyas, which in the Nityananda Sampradaya, we feel it is the ultimate lifestyle. Now, for those of you who are new, just very briefly, there's so many ways to define Sannyas. There's not just one way. It's more of a state and a way to live your life. A sannyasi is basically committed and decided to achieve enlightenment and help and share that the science of enlightenment to the rest of the world. So as a sannyasi of the Nityananda Sampradaya, we are sharing Hinduism as per Swamiji with the rest of the world. The very purpose of Hinduism is for moksha, is for enlightenment. So, for me, this was the ultimate lifestyle once I came to know about it, and once I had the blessings of Swamiji. Now, for those of you, and I'm making this video to help those who are thinking about it but not quite yet decided, not yet quite made the jump. It will feel like a jump initially. Now, if you have been following Swamiji's teachings, or if you've been following his videos, watching them on YouTube, or attended programs, you know there's one fundamental teaching, or even read his books. That fulfillment, or that bliss, is something that's already inside of us. But yet we go and try to achieve it in everything outside of us. Whether it's career, whether it's relationships, whether it's through fame, whether it's through wealth. These are all things outside of us which we go on working towards, setting goals, taking steps towards, and living so that we obtain that bliss. Now, we may not cognize that you're looking for bliss, but anything you do, you only do it because it makes you happy. Whether it's your passion or whether it's getting money. And you may say, no, I want money just to sustain and take care of my family. Well, taking care of your family makes you happy. Making sure everyone has what they need will make you happy. So ultimately, everything we do, it takes us to some form of happiness, contentment. Now, the truth that Swamiji has shared with us is that this contentment and bliss is inside of us, already inside of us. We're born with it. We've just gotten away from it. We've forgotten about it. So my question for anyone who's seeking, or for anyone who's thinking about taking sannyas, but there's a hesitation. If you know that this bliss and contentment, eternal bliss, is already inside of you, maybe you've even had a taste of it through Swamiji's programs, what is it that is preventing you from taking the full jump? And another assumption is there is you already identify with the idea of sannyas. It's something about it rings true to you, but still there's some hesitation. So, it's very important whether you take sannyas or not, or whether you continue on with your life, or whether you decide for some other lifestyle. You know what is preventing you, what thought current is preventing you from taking the leap for sannyas. If you've already decided that sannyas is the lifestyle, if you already feel like it's right, but there's some inertia, there's some kind of block from taking it. So instead of just having a blind eye to it, or giving some superficial kind of statement, oh, I'm not ready, oh, when the time is right, I'll take the jump. I feel whether or not you decide to take the jump, it's important to look at what is the cognition that's preventing you from taking the jump. So, if you already decided sannyas is not for you, then this video, this question really doesn't apply for you, because you're clear that you want to achieve whatever you want in the Maya matrix. But if something is telling you that the Maya matrix is not what it adds up to be, and you feel that you prefer or you like the idea of sannyas, then you need to reconcile the two. What is preventing you from making a full decision in sannyas? Is it the commitment? Is it the insecurity of maybe not acquiring wealth? Is it the feeling that you want to be in a relationship and be loved or have that attention from another being? Is it the family commitment? Whatever it is, look in and see what comes up inside if those things are not in your life. So there will be some incompletion, even if it's family. The idea, we assume that we must have family around us to be happy. We must need some sort of wealth to be happy. Even the basics to be happy. But if you remove all these basic assumptions aside, what is left? What is the incompletion? Is it a fear? Is it an insecurity? Look into that. Use Swamiji's science of completion to complete for that, for the sake of completing for that, not for the sake of taking up sannyas. Because if you're in the space of incompletion, then you should not take up sannyas. But you should not stop there. Say, oh, I'm incomplete, so I don't want to decide. No. Whatever it is, Swamiji wants us to be complete. So work towards completion. See what is stopping you. Then from dropping that incompletion, having the clarity in that incompletion, then you decide whether sannyas is the right path for you or not. Only then will you be making the decision from the space of completion. So please understand, sannyasis are not running away from the outside world because it's too tough or because of failure, because of fear of what might come, or because of depression. No. Sannyasi has decided that what they have in the outside world, what they were pursuing in the outside world, doesn't equate to what they can get as a sannyasi under Swamiji. So if there's a gap for you, then you just need to fill that gap with some understanding. And maybe you will decide that sannyas is not for you. Maybe you have a fantasy about sannyas that's not even accurate and not even a fit for you. But you should have that clarity. Even you don't want to regret that you didn't take sannyas when you could have in your young age or when you had the opportunity. So, again, repeat, you owe it to yourself to look in, and you should find the incompletion. Then from the space of completion, look into the question of, am I ready for sannyas? And this whole thought process, it also applies if you're thinking about becoming an Adinavasi. Whether sannyas or Adinavasi, it's a life commitment. And it's a different lifestyle for most of us than what we had planned for in life or what we knew about the options for us. But if you've been a devotee of Swamiji, you've been following him, you've been attending his programs, you already know that it's a superior lifestyle in so many ways. It's good for your body, your mind, and your future, and it's good for humanity. But still we have hesitation, despite all this logic and the proof and the evidences Swamiji has given us, whether it's our initiations into Kundalini awakening, third eye awakening, the miracle healings we've had in our life, the beautiful completions we've had in our families, or the wealth we've come into. These are not small things, but we take them for granted. We don't realize that there's something preventing us from jumping in fully. So, as a spiritual warrior, whether you're a sannyasi or not, look in and get to the bottom of what's preventing you from taking the jump. And from there, then you see if you have more clarity to take that jump. So this is the process basically I use without even knowing the process. And I've never had any regret about taking the jump for sannyas. I saw it through every path I could think of at the time. And I logically compared everything, my experience, what I've seen other people do, and what I could imagine for myself, the best of the best. And nothing compared to being a sannyasi under Swamiji, being an Adinavasi under Swamiji. So, if you have any questions, please message me. And thank you for allowing me to share how my seeking and how just the pure questioning can help you reach a decision for such a very crucial decision. So again, thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please message me. And Nithyanandam.